All right, here we go, folks. We got ourselves a special series coming at you. This is in the Masters Coliseum Group A, a $40,000 tournament. This is featuring two of the best players in the world. And without further ado, let's get into it. Spawning down to the bottom right for Onside Gaming, it is Maru in the red. And his opponent, spawning up the top left for Basilisk with an Eric opener, an Extractor 15 hatch. Extractor Trick 15 hatch. It's Serral, the finisher. He is... Oh, he's just outstanding, isn't he? They both are. They both are just outstanding. Now, we are going to be seeing a 2-Rax Reaper opening, it looks like. Maru. He is... he's pretty familiar with this kind of play. He's pretty good at it. You might have heard of him. He's not bad. Might have a career in this there pro gaming. Now, if we're talking about the 2-Rax Reaper versus the response to this 2-Rax Reaper, Serral going up to a very quick spawning pool here. This is going to be a 10-second faster than normal hatchery, a 10-second and faster normal spawning pool, which means your queens can start 10 seconds faster. It's a neat all-around thing. And it also means your hatchery finishes 10 seconds faster, which means that you have +1 armor just a little bit quicker. So, pretty nifty overall, but this is not going to be a 2-Rax Reaper. This is going to be a 1 Marine expand. So, Serral kind of soft countering the 2-Rax Reaper with this defensive Extractor Trick first 15 hatch. And Maru soft countering the soft counter with a pretty greedy 1-Rax expand. And with the double Marine, it's going to be really hard to see what is going on. This is pretty nifty. Serral, very interesting scout pattern here. Very interesting scout pattern here. He is going to be putting the Overlord just kind of on this pervert pillar. Marines are going to be on the hunt here for this Overlord, but they're not going to find anything. And Serral, for his part, sending these lings across the map. Both players... Well, this is a little bit funky, generally speaking. Look at this from Maru. It's going to be a second barracks. Is this going to be a 2-1-1 as the follow-up? Certainly looks that way, but that's pretty neat. Maru is not afraid to kind of mess around and do things a little bit differently. Here, Serral will get pushed away, so his scout... What did it see? Did it get up the ramp? Okay, he saw the reactor, and he saw that there was no additional building here. Now, if Serral were doing some kind of roach attack, you know, kind of like what Dark likes to do, with a pool first, 5 roach push, I would go so far as to say Maru would probably be dead here. He's got no barracks, or pardon me, no bunker, no nothing, but we're not going to be seeing that. We are going to be seeing instead what appears to be defensive Roach Warren from Serral. He does stay on 2 bases for a while. This is a rather late third. Well, no, it's actually not that late of a third hatch. This is pretty normal. Eric, the player who pioneered this build, does have a 2-base Roach play where you get queens and dropper lords. You send them around the map. You do all kinds of different shenanigans. But as I say this, I'm talking about how Maru would be dead. This is not, in fact, a 2-1-1. It is a Cloaked Banshee follow-up. So very interesting here from Maru. Kind of nifty. Overlord will see these Marines moving out to the bottom side. And this is why, a lot of the times, you don't see just these blind plays from players that aren't Dark. Dark is like, I don't care. I'll play any game from behind. It's fine. I am the most comfortable at it. I will come from behind and I will break your spirit because I won a game that I shouldn't have been able to do. And it almost feels like sometimes on purpose Dark puts himself behind. Serral is not cut from the same cloth. Serral is like, no, I'll just play really well. I'll just play really well and I'll just be good at the game. This is neat from Maru. I think he's looking around with the Banshee to try and provide high ground vision. Oh.
You want a piece of me,
oh, no, he's not. Okay, so the Marines will get spotted here.
SCV ready.
This is kind of nice for Serral. Yeah, he's going to move out with the roaches, and he's going to try and kill these off. And Maru, Oh, getting caught on the map a little bit. We'll lose a few of these Marines. Not a whole lot has happened, to be honest. Maru is going to be staying on 2 bases for a while. This is a... Yeah, this could be a 2-base tank push. A couple of drones are going to go down to the Banshee in the main. Yeah, looks like he was able to find a little bit of an opening there. Overall, not a whole lot has happened here. Oh, Maru baiting Serral's queen a little bit out of position, but Serral responding quite quickly. Oh, good job from Serral here. Keeps the queen out of range and even fires a bit of a... I like to call it a piss-off shot. Just to get out of here. I'm here now. This is my terrain. Maru going to move forward with a 16 Marine drop. Serral taking the bottom side 4th base. And that's going to be pretty... That's going to be a lot better to defend on Babylon than this pocket base. Ooh, Serral will find this drop coming in on the bottom side. And he's going to be able to deflect it. Even keeps the Roach alive. Nice job. Meanwhile, 1-1 and Roach speed on the way here for Serral. Maru adding on a 3rd command center and 3 more barracks. Overall, I do like Serral's position quite a bit going into this mid game. I wonder if he is going to go really aggressive with a big 1-1 Roach push. Maybe try and deny some mining at the 3rd base, or even try and win the game outright. Speaking of, you know, big moves, we are going to see Maru going for a big attack on these Roaches, killing quite a few of them. Only losing 3 Marines. That's a really nice find. Yeah, 4 Roaches for 3 Marines. 4 Roaches and an Overlord for 3 Marines. That's great. Now, obviously, he would have already gotten the Overlord anyways, but yeah. Good cost-efficient trade. Good start to the game for Maru. Serral, ooh, taking a page out of Dark's book. Going to be adding on 2 Infestors with no pathogen glands, just heading into the mid-game. Maru, nice snipe on the Overseer, doesn't let it get away. Obviously, those Overseers are slow without their Overlord speed. And Serral, for his part, is adding on these gases at the 4th base. He's going to be transitioning into the next stage of the game. Most likely, we'll see a Hive start up pretty shortly. Drop on the top side will get pushed away. Yeah, overall, I think the game is pretty even right now. Serral did stay on the 66 drone economy for a decent bit of time, building quite a few units here just to kind of try and stay stable. Oh, he started up +1 melee and +2 carapace for a moment, canceled it, and said, no, I want 2-2. So he might be trying to go for a big Hydra Lurker Viper type of timing with Roach Ravagers for support. But he is, of course, getting into Ling speed. Just finished that up. Will be able to go into melee upgrades later on if he's so inclined. Wonder if we'll even see a fast 3rd Evo chamber here. Maru, oh, look at this. Scans in the middle of the map, finds a couple of creep tumors. Does cost him a few Marines, but it slows down the advance of Serral, which is, of course, quite valuable. Maru adding on his 3 additional barracks and just finished up his 2nd factory. Oh, very important to make sure he sets the rally of these barracks. And there we go. Obviously, there's so many things to do in a game of StarCraft. It's easy to miss a tiny little bit of minutia, but it's all about how quickly you correct any missteps. Meanwhile, Maru adding on a couple of Liberators here. Queens, oh, they're going to take a while to waddle around this location. It was only 1 Banshee, right? Yeah, very interesting to get 1 Banshee with Cloak. Very strange. But Maru kind of marches to the beat of his own drum. And meanwhile, no 2-2 yet on the way for Maru. He's instead prioritizing Liberators and Siege Tanks. There we go. Starts it up now. But that does slow down any potential timing. And Serral, he is very far away on, or very far ahead on his 2-2. Meanwhile, creep spread looking quite nice on the bottom side. He's got 4 fungals available in, well, right now, basically. And he's got a lot of lurkers. This is, oh, 7 dropper lords. Okay, Serral has done this before. I think he did this. Oh, who did he do this to? He did this to someone before, so maybe... Yeah, he's faking these dropper lords, and he is hoping to draw his opponent out of position while he hits on the right side with the real army. It's a massive bluff play from Serral. And does it work? Not really, but he might get the base. It is going to be expensive if he does. He will not get it. That is a really expensive attack. He does get 14 SCVs, which is decent. Meanwhile, a couple Marines on the bottom side. How many dropper lords went down? I think 3. Yeah, there was 7 dropper lords before. Now there is 4 left over. So, okay, that was a little bit unfortunate for Serral. He was hoping to send the dropper lords down on the bottom side and then represent the threat. And then when it got scouted and there was a big reaction from Maru, that is when he was going to pounce on this base. But Maru was already moving down to the bottom side and had a good amount of units in position. Even though 14 SCVs go down, this is totally fine for Maru. Good defense against what was a pretty cool attack. A couple of lurkers here on this side here. Adrenal glands, +1 melee, and +3 carapace. Oh, double baneling nest. A little bit of an oopsie here. Oh, big fungal growth on the medevacs. They are empty, but that is going to be... That's going to be 4 dead medevacs. That's a very nice find for Serral. Meanwhile, drop on the top side. Single drop. We'll try and find a little bit of value. Oh, Serral canceled the second baneling nest. He did. Good job. See if we can... Oh, there it is. Yeah. Starts up a Spire, so heads in towards the potential Broodlord tech. Meanwhile, speaking of tech, Maru adding on more command centers and most importantly, the Ghost Academy. Well, this drop on the top side going to get a lot of damage done to the hatchery. Will it take it down? I don't think so. Maru going to be forced away. Queens in the main base. They're going to be able to push this back. They have their +2 missile. They actually do quite a bit of damage to these medevacs. Meanwhile, Hydra Lurker on the bottom side will move forward, snipes down a Liberator that's a little bit exposed. Oh, Dropper Lord's getting spotted here. And the Lurkers... they're not going to be able to find too much, but these Infestors back up to... Well, there's 3 Fungals available here. Ooh, the EMPs are going to need to be big. Fungal growth. Nope, not coming forward. There's enough tanks here to discourage this. Meanwhile, counter drop on the other side of the map. Going to be able to find quite a few drones. 6 drones going down. Not bad at all. And Maru? Hey, he'll just dance on out with a couple of the Marines that are left over. Meanwhile, +1 melee finishing up. +3 carapace getting close. And, ooh, Maru's already heading going towards the nuke phase of the game. Broodlord, well, Greater Spire. Starting on up. Serral not missing a beat with a +2. +3 carapace for Maru. He did forget that. But he did not forget a very quick cloak. Meanwhile, Maru adding on additional factories. Of course, if you're going to go late, you're going to go late game, which Maru is so comfortable with. Both of these players are. You do not want to... Well, you do not want to be caught without a Thor transition. And, of course, that's what these factories are for. Drop on the bottom side, just looking to distract. Not going to be able to find too much. These should never do game-ending damage at this level, but they can do nice little bits of chip damage. Serral should start up the +3 missile. Maru. The other thing about this is it can sometimes get some scouting information. Oh, barely keeps the 1 medevac alive. Good job. Nuke on the bottom side. You're going to be keeping tabs on it. We'll jump back there at like 1408. Oh, it's going to get a bunch of larvae. Good pull on the drone. Serral actually really nice attention to detail. He pulled each drone away from the... So when you pull all your drones, you just box. You don't get one of each drone on the extractors, but he pulled everything away. Really good job. Maru, by the way, prioritizing the +3 vehicle weapons really hard. He wants the ability to one-shot Lings in a cone with the Blue Flame upgrade. Banshee finally getting cleaned up in the middle of the map. Maru taking his 5th base here. Babylon, a very good map for turtling. Maru able to snipe down a couple of roaches, but Serral will be looking to trade those out at some point. However, he knows that his opponent's army is quite far out of position, so he's going to try and move in with the Ling, Lurker, Hydra. What with the blue? Well, they're not even blue flame, but the Hellbats are going to do a good job of dealing with the Lings. Maru will lose a couple of SCVs, but it's pretty much fine. Fungal Growth's not able to reach those ghosts. And the ghosts are going to be able to drop some EMPs. They don't land on this Infestor. Infestor does get a good Fungal Growth off. And that will be a couple of ghosts going down. Meanwhile, Roach is on the top side, going to get in on top of the Planetary just before it finishes. Yeah, 3 ghosts fall. That one EMP that didn't land on the Infestor. Oh, a couple of Siege Tanks. That's an expensive couple of losses. I think that was because these Siege Tanks were sieged. So the Siege Tanks of Maru couldn't slip back through. That's a big mistake. That's a big oopsie. We are already getting to a point where split map is something we have to talk about, as Maru is buttoned up tight on his 5 bases, especially now with all these missile turrets. He's getting into the engineering bay upgrades. He's already got building armor. Now has the high-sec auto tracking on the way, which is going to increase the length or the range of those turrets. 12 Broodlords coming in from Serral. Okay. We don't have any Thors yet, do we? No. There's 17 Ghosts, which is a huge amount. But 12 Broodlords is a huge amount, too. This is a really scary timing for Maru. But at the same time, if he can survive, he does have... Well, he will have +3 vehicle weapons finishing. Okay, now the Broodlords get scanned. He needs to start up Thors immediately. He's going to start up Vikings first. Oh, snipes on the Broodlords. Oh, he gets both Vipers and 1 Brood, I think. Where are the Infestors? Where is the detection, actually? Serral, a little bit late to the party with the detection, and they're... Oh, man, imagine Vipers. Imagine Vipers right now. He could have abducted maybe all 4 medevacs. That would have been huge. And then that might actually have been game. The fact that those Vipers got sniped just saved Maru in a huge way. We're going to see Bane, Hydra, Broodlord moving forward. Siege Tanks targeting on the Banes. Will be able to take them out before they can take out the Ghosts. There is still some detection here for Serral. Maru's got to be careful about chasing too far. That was a really good exchange for him, but he still has to be careful here. Maru, good job to jump on that army, recognizing there was no detection. And now he will fill in the gaps that are missing in his army, and that is the Thors. Serral, for his part, does have Neural Parasite, so he can steal his opponent's Thors. How many... Oh, he's only on single Spire. I think it might be time to go into double Spire here as Serral, but he may be thinking still, I can end the game. And at the very least, I think he can deny this 6th base because the Thors are not out yet. And there's no missile turrets here in the middle. This is going to be a big, broad attack from Serral. Liberators are going to be able to defend pretty well. Ghosts. Oh, they're kiting back, and the siege tank fire is good against them. I mean, the main army on the ground got cleared out, but Serral will not be able to continue pushing now because these ghosts are out, and they survived. And, well, the Thors are out, and the ghosts survived. Good job from Maru there, able to keep the ghosts alive, but good job from Serral smashing down a lot of Maru's army. How many tanks did he just kill? Actually, not that many. There's still 8 siege tanks on the field. We're going to see this planetary fortress able to hold. And a defensive nuke getting placed down by Maru. Serral is trying to take this base on the bottom side, and Maru, he's got the same idea. Good job dropping the creep here from Serral. Nuke. Is he even going to hit the extractor? No. Literally does no damage whatsoever. Broodlords will be able to find a couple of isolated tanks, but you got to be so careful against those Thors. Thors destroy Broodlords so hard. Ooh, nice fungal growth coming in just before the EMPs. Another EMP does come on in, but good blinding clouds. Serral finds a good chunk of the frontline army, and there's no siege tanks left, but there's also no detection left. So the Banelings once again unable to connect on the Ghost Fungal Growth. No, it's not going to land. Does get dodged here. Banelings, well, they're not out in numbers big enough, and we're going to see Maru going for a bit of a counter push I think chasing too far is highly dangerous. Fungal Growth does come on in on a few of the ghosts. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 dead ghosts right there. And a fifth one. Does he get a hot pickup? No, he does not. Serral trying to get a full wraparound. Not going to be able to do so, but he has opened up a real attack now on this base, and now he will be able to knock it down. That's going to be a lot of dead SCVs too. However, ghosts coming in from the back. Sniping down a few Hydras. Ooh, Serral trying to keep it range. He gets a huge fungal, but there's no follow-through. Oh, man. There was never really going to be a follow-through. Like, that was still safe for Maru because of how he saw his opponent's army with the scan. But if that fungal had landed and there's like 6 or 7 Banes to connect as well, that would have been GG right then and there, almost definitely. Maru is super broke. He is maxed out, but he is super broke and he just lost his 6th base. He does have Command Center ready to replace. Serral going to start trying to mine from this bottom right base that should belong to Maru by all accounts. Ooh, this is a big Thor army. Viper is going to get a good Blinding Cloud. A lot of good Blinding Clouds coming in. Infestors do get EMP'd, but there are still a few more. Would love to see Neural Parasites, but it looks like he maybe didn't have the energy. Good spread from Maru, but that was a very good fight for Serral. Maru? Oh, man, this is a real tug-of-war type game right here. How many ghosts have gone down? Looks like 3 ghosts went down. A couple Infestors, a lot of Thors. Ooh, another good fungal here from Serral. Does he have any Broodlords left over? Well, he's got 3, but that's not really a meaningful amount. He's going to be looking to go for this with Hydraling Bane, and will flood this army of Maru. There's only 1 siege tank, and it's very far back. Wasn't able to contribute much into the fight. I'm going to be... Oh, meanwhile, Broodlord harass. Yo, that's a... I was just thinking, like, 3 Broodlords is kind of useless in a fight. Why not send them to harass? That's a very smart move from Serral. Really clever. Still, Maru. He's doing a great job of reestablishing positions every time Serral kind of shoves him away. But Maru cannot let Serral mine a meaningful amount of minerals from this base. Oh, is that going to be... Oh, another bad rally from Maru here. Meanwhile, Link counterattack trying to come on in through the middle. And it will get a little bit done. Finds a Marauder. Might find a couple of SCVs. I feel like this is trying to distract and discombobulate Maru as much as possible. Oh, those blue flame Hellbats do well. But, I mean, 3/3 Cracklings do pretty well as well. And there's only +2 armor on the Hellbats. So that's actually a big DPS spike. Oh, and look at this. Broodlord's going to find a couple of turrets in the main base. Maybe just 1? That's kind of cute. Ooh, Blinding Cloud coming on in. I don't know about this attack. This is a lot of tanks on the top side, but Blinding Clouds are going to be effective against the front line. Serral will get shoved back once again. But the trades are still kind of consistently holding at 8,000 resources difference. Maru. He can take down this base now. Serral is still kind of sieging the main base. He's actually going to kill a barracks almost. No, nice attention to detail from Maru. Gets the lift. Liberator. I mean, it would eventually clean this up. Kind of a comedic setup. Meanwhile, Link counterattack through the middle once again, getting deflected. The building armor, of course, helping very much. Oh, a couple of SCVs getting picked off. Good job from Serral, but still not gonna cripple Maru by any stretch. And I almost wish Serral had mined with more workers from this base. Ooh, he does find an opening on the top side. After drawing his opponent away, forces the lost mining time and burrows a Ling. Every scan at this level does count. Maru replenishing with pure siege tank here, which is, of course, a good response against a player that is committing heavy to Hydra Ling Bane. Serral going to be forced away from this base, so he's going to lose 2 bases in the last little bit. Does deny one of his opponents, but Maru is going to be able to start mining from this base, and that's an important caveat of this game. Once again, I think we might be going for a very long game here. And Babylon is not the biggest map in the pool. So mining out, I mean, it's going to be coming soon. Looks like Serral just canceled a bunch of Hydras. There's going to be Corruptors now coming on in for a Broodlord transition. Makes sense to me. A lot of the Thors were taken out, and his opponent went back into siege tanks. Ooh, this Infestor. This Infestor could be cash money. Oh, he doesn't see much. But if he could like Neural Parasite a tank or a Thor, that could be monstrous. Are there any missile turrets here? No. Oh, yes, there is. Oh, he's got to be careful then. He doesn't know it. I wonder if that'll come into play. We've got a Raven coming out as well. Good scan. These Infestors are very much left hanging at the moment. Oh, and the Ghosts are going to go looking for them. Ooh. Okay, he double scans. He sees the army is now right with the Infestors. We'll be keeping tabs on this Infestor, by the way. Trying to, at least. Meanwhile, this base of Maru has fully... Well, not fully mined out, but it's getting pretty close. Down to very low amounts. Only about, what, 800 resources there? Serral is starting to mine from one of the bases Maru took. 9 Spore Crawlers being built from Serral. He is adding on Broodlords once again. So I'm like panicking. Oh, look at this. Spore Crawler trick. That's something we haven't seen in a long time. Building and canceling spores in order to overmax on supply. 204 supply, 138 army supply, 65 now drones. It was 66. Hellbat's moving through the middle of the map. Once again, this base on the bottom side getting taken down. This is the only base that is currently not occupied by one player. And of course, Maru's going to try and take it. This could be the big deciding factor of this game. I wouldn't even mind at this point, just with you seeing nothing here, unburrow the Infestor. And, you know, fungal growth a couple of SCVs. He's got enough to kill 10, 12 SCVs. But I suppose we're kind of maybe past that point of the game. But still, even denying mining at all is good. Speaking of which, we do see the army of Maru rotating back up to the top side. Serral, he's got good vision with this Overseer. That's an amazing Overseer for spotting what his opponent has. And meanwhile, now he's going to know that his opponent has moved out. And Maru will lose a siege tank on this base. There's no planetary here. That could have been so many dead SCVs. It still could. Oh, but it looks like Serral wants the kill on the planetary. It did finish. Meanwhile, attack on the top side. We are going to be seeing the big army of Maru showing up and will shove Serral off this base. Serral, both players actually, are desperate to mine as much as they can from each base. Oh my god, there's so many SCVs there. More than half the SCVs of Maru are at just that base. It's a 10,000 resources lost difference. Oh, a bunch of drones do fall. But could have been a lot worse. Cancel. No, it's a kill on this base. And that might not seem like much, but this is looking like a game that could come right down to the wire. Every little bit will count. And it just goes to show that even at this level, there's still so much you can do. Ooh, did the Raven spot this? No, it doesn't look like it. There's always more you can do. Okay, Serral is going to see that the army has rotated back down and is going to be able to take down this base with the Broodlords. Meanwhile, oh, good job canceling the base. Small differences do mean a lot here. Meanwhile, Siege Tank will get found, and Serral, oh, that's a lot of ghosts here. Maru able to snipe down a singular Baneling. Serral getting a couple of tanks for his trouble. Dropper Lords going over top of just a buttload of Hellbats. And a couple of drones going down on a rally to the base that Serral was hoping to take from Maru. Man, this game is so tense right now. It's only an 8k resources lost lead, or well, actually 9k now. Ooh, Hellbat's not really protecting the rest of the army. Oh, this would be big. Baneling's in on top of a bunch of the Hellbats. That will leave the rest of the army kind of exposed. Serral could have killed a lot of them. He actually gets a couple of medevacs. That feels like it was a good trade. Ooh, snipes coming in on queens. Able to get one queen kill. 2 of them barely surviving, able to transfuse themselves up. Planetary Fortress is going to make this push difficult, but how many Thors do we have? 5 Thors. 4 of them here. Where's the 5th Thor? Where is the 5th Thor? Broodlord's going to start chewing away at this base. Both players are very low on their bank. Oh, these ghosts coming in from the bottom side could be big. Oh, snipes on the Broodlords are big, but the fungal growths are equivalently massive. Another chain fungal coming on in. Parasitic Bomb does take down the Vikings. So many ghosts just went down, and Serral scores a huge win on those units. I don't think Maru was expecting the Infestors, and they caught him very unawares. There is still a ton of Hydraling Bane. That is so good for Serral. Oh, but Maru is going to be able to snipe down a Broodlord. We do see Blinding Clouds coming on in. Hydraling Bane. The Neural Parasites are going to be massive on the frontline Thors. Base is going to fall. Maru is in huge trouble. We see Raven Interference Matrices coming in, but they were a little bit too little too late. Even a stolen medevac there. Serral takes down a huge chunk of Maru's army. And Maru is now so on the ropes. It was very, very close into that point. But the ghosts went down, the Thors go down, and now it is Serral who will get to reap the rewards, which is taking this base away from his opponent. Maru. Oh my god, this Infestor's still here. Fungal growth, please. I wonder if Serral has to have forgotten about it, right? By the way, there's still resources at this topside base. Almost 500 gas. Oh. Oh, he moved. Oh my god. Oh my god. If he gets the neural. If he gets the neural. Now is the time. Now is the time. Neural EMP. Maru is on the ropes. He needs... Okay, Serral might be thinking, I want Broodlords before I do this. Oh! Oh! If he hadn't moved it, it would have died. Oh my god, it would have lived! It would have lived! He moved it! He predicted the future and said, I want this game to be interesting. Oh, the Seeing Eye scan. Maru does still have a chance in this game, but Serral is starting to tighten the noose. He hasn't been able to take this base. If Maru can still resecure this bottom left base, there's still a world where he can win this game 100%. Maru, though, actually, not even a world. Like, it's... Serral is really broke. Like, they both are, but Serral really doesn't have many more bases to take. Fortunately for him, he's still got a few resources here. I don't want to look away from the fight too long. Still a decent number of resources here. And the fact that he took this base away from Maru... there's almost like 800 minerals. That's such a small amount. And does go to show how important this base is. Because this is a base that still has like 2/3 of its resources. Serral going to try and move forward here and find a couple of pickoffs. Overseer being transfused up. Fungal growth. Connecting on Hellbats. We see Serral doing a good job with the Infestors, keeping them pretty far away from his opponent's army. Ghost going to cloak on up. They do land an EMP. A couple of EMPs. Oh, some very nice EMPs. Will cost a Ghost. There's only 4 Infestors on the field, and they're all empty of energy now. Good job from Serral. I like that he just pulls them back. I wonder if he even unhotkeys them at this point. Ghost not decloaking. Would like to see that he does, but... It is what it is. Oh, look at that. Serral unburrowing like 2 Zerglings to start harassing this. And now he's going to move forward with the Spores once again. This is everything. This base is the decision point, the tipping point. Serral can still take these top 2 bases, or these top 2 geysers, but he is pretty much tapped out of gas. He has almost none left. Maru, if he can still secure some more gas, he can definitely do this. But Serral says, I'm not letting it happen. I'm going for it. Huge Blinding Clouds on top of the army. Hellbats are going to get taken down, as too will the front line of tanks. And it feels like Serral is tightening the noose. He's not letting Maru have this base. He's not relinquishing his hold. So well done from Serral so far. This game has been a magnificent masterclass of late game from both players. Great tech switches, great plays so far. But it is Serral who has the lead at this point. Maru. He's going to try and take this base once again. Spores are actually hitting it. That's the state of this game right now. Siege tanks in a good position on the high ground. Massive Mule Hammer. Serral knows he does not want to let Maru get any time. Big fungal growth on the mules. And literally denying, a round of mule mining is worth it at this point. Oh, command center getting very low. Maru going to be forced to lift. Brood Lord count still at 7. And of course, the Neural Parasite on SCVs. Oh, he barely gets the repair. Ooh, nice scan. Kills off an Infestor with the siege tanks. God, this game is so tense and so close. Once again, it is still Serral's game to lose, I feel. He is going to go for it. Here's the Ghost. Move forward with the snipes. Big blinding clouds on the high ground tanks and the low ground. All the siege tanks, it looks like, are going to get taken down. Infestors will retreat on out for Serral. There are now no siege tanks on the field. Sorry, one siege tank that just popped out on the field. But Serral breaking the back of Maru's army. Maru on 0 minerals. Serral on 69 for a moment. There's no mining for Serral. It is all this base. Both players are broke as a freaking joke. Oh, actually, that's not true. There is this base. Ooh. Serral keeping this one in the pocket. But it is a 64 army supply lead. Even losing queens right now is actually pretty impactful. Losing them for free. Lurkers being added on. There are no siege tanks. So smart from Serral to realize that. Brood Lords. Oh, the abducts on the ghosts. Even losing a single ghost right now is a disaster, and he loses 2. That's a third of his ghost right now. Last tank going to get abducted. Another ghost goes down, and Maru will be forced to tap out. Serral takes game number 1. All right, here we go. Game number 2. Spawning up at the top left for Basilisk. It is Serral. In the blue. And his opponent. Spawning down in the bottom right of Neo Humanity. It is Onside Gaming's Maru. In the red. And we are going to be seeing the Extractor Trick 15 hatch going up against the 2-Rax Reaper. I think. I thought it was going to be 2-Rax Reaper in game number 1, but it was not. It was, in fact, a 1-Rax expand just on the low ground. Serral does go for the Overlord after expand, which is really interesting. Wants that really quickly. This is kind of a soft counter to Proxy 2-Rax, Proxy 3-Rax, especially if you play it gasless. But I don't think we're going to see long-term gasless. We'll see, though. You can mine out the back minerals and take this base. It is an option. I do really like when players build the second depot as a part of a secondary wall. You're just making the game so much easier for yourself. You're preventing it from becoming a problem. Now, obviously, the advantage of the Extractor Trick 15 hatch is you get the spawning pool and queens 10 seconds earlier than normal, which means against Proxy 2-Rax, you have that +1 armor. On the hatchery, you've got more creep more quickly, which is going to be great against Proxy 2-Rax. And against this 3 Reaper play, you're going to have a much faster double queen. Serral, oh, he is going to have to morph this drone into the Spore. Not able to get it to the Extractor in time. Oh, Maru almost getting surrounded there. Would that have been a... No, he could have gone up to the top side. He almost got stalled, is more what it was. Serral, did he see the command center? Of course he did. Follow-up is going to be a factory and probably going to be 3rd CC into Starport behind this. Serral is going to 2-base this for a little bit, so he's got the 4 queens set up. No lane speed starting just yet. Is this going to be fast layer? Wouldn't surprise me too much. Ooh, we are going to see the 3 queens getting in here. Can he get one of the Reapers? Yes, he can. Good target fire from Maru. First blood. Dance break. Nope. We got actual action coming on through. Maru taking a third command center. Saying, I don't even care that you're going 2-base Roach. And he should be fine. Should be fine. Serral going up into 3 gases. Ooh, Queens are going to be dropping creep with the help of these Overlords. Meanwhile, oh, look at that. High yield gas base in the middle. Because one of the Reapers was picked off, he can't really do much damage. If he had all 3 Reapers, it would have taken a while. Oh, did the Queens go? Okay, Queens did go back. For a second, I thought they were going very far forward. Will be an Overseer coming on in. Meanwhile, Widow Mine drop. Okay. Okay, cool. This is the weirdest little move out. Is he actually thinking he can deny this base? You have to assume that Serral's doing something on his 2 bases. Grenade's not quite able to kill that creep tumor. Close, but not quite. Serral is already building roaches. Ooh, he's got to be careful with these queens. They will get back to creep. Maru needs to get out of here, like, right now. He should not be able to get this base. Does drop 2 good grenades. Maru, he's tunneling the base. He might get it. He does get the cancel. I think... Oh, that was so close. That was so... I can't believe Maru got that. That is actually such a huge pickoff. Ooh, Widow Mine drop does get spotted by the Overlord. Maru, you got to assume the Overlord's there. Serral is building a lot of roaches. They will have speed. And right now, there is not a lot that deals with speed roach. And by not a lot, I mean absolutely nothing. First siege tank just started. If Serral just went for it right now and just left a couple of units and dealt with the mine drop, this is a nightmare for Maru. We're going to see 2 of the mines burrowing up in the main base. 1 drone does fall. Second mine still ready to go. Ooh, mine drop in the natural will get dealt with by Serral. Here comes the roach push. First siege tank is not yet out. Stim will be done. And oh, 5 drone kills right there. But here comes the big push. Maru, only the 1 tank. He's building, look at this, he's building engineering base. He's already lost 1 barracks. This is actually all of his barracks production. He has no bio production at the moment. Maru is going to get run over, I think. Serral, corrosive biling down these engineering bases are trying to be used as an impromptu wall. These engineering bays that are actually researching the upgrades, they're forfeit. Both upgrades will be denied in almost instantaneous fashion. Serral, oh, he's going to go for the fight. Maru trying to attack through a concave. This is not happening. Serral is doing so much damage. Cute little wall again. Maru losing 23 SCVs. And Serral is just going to step right through him. GG gets called. Maru gets run over in game number 2.